Hello food fans, going to have a low-cost meal today. Less than $2 for a meal that consists of a main course, coleslaw for a salad, and a beverage and a dessert. What in the world could that be? Well, it could be bologna macaroni. Bologna macaroni, and it is delicious, and it's very economical with the low-cost items that you get. If you get the Bar S bologna, it's $1.18 right now. Maybe next week it'll be $8.19, but whatever. This is going to be good, so let's get started. Going to fry the bologna, and I'm not going to slice it. You could put a slice right down either slice of bologna, and it would lay flat in the dish, but I'm going to let it curl up into something that looks like a pillow, and this is the bologna that is frying. And in the meantime, over here we have water getting ready to boil for the macaroni. And the way I like my bologna, cooked very well done. I will let it cook on the other side and simmer for a bit. I've turned the heat out, and it will gradually cook, and then I will chop it up into little pieces and put it into the macaroni and add the sauce. Now I will lift the lid, the hot water here, and stand back from the steam. Hope the lens doesn't get clouded up there, and add about 7 ounces of macaroni. There we go. It's a little less than 1/4 of a 2-pound box, and I'll stir that real fast. And let it cook. The water starts boiling when I put the lid back on. And while the macaroni continues to cook, what I'm going to do is have some coleslaw. I'll eat serving a coleslaw before I eat the macaroni bologna macaroni. And it has all finished cooking, and I'm going to add the tomato, basil, garlic, tomato sauce to the food here. This is a very, very good big meal for less than $2. So let's put some tomato sauce on there, and I will spread that out, and I will add the bologna also. Now I will add the bologna thusly, and I'll chop that up as I eat it, and we will get ready to consume this delicious low-cost meal. And it is all looking very, very good, and this is a big meal. Make a nice big lunch or main meal for the day, and it has some nutritional content here. The coleslaw, of course, was part of the meal, and coleslaw is supposedly very beneficial. We had a couple of requests from viewers. One wanted to know about stock market, and the other request I'll be mentioning here, someone wanted to know my thoughts about UFOs, unidentified flying objects, or UAP I think they're called, unknown aerial phenomenon, whatever it is, and so I'll talk a little bit about that as I eat here. I will add one more secret ingredient. Reach way up there. And this is grated cheese, which I'll put on. And by the way, this entire meal, counting coleslaw and a little bit of grated all comes in a total price of under $2 per serving right now. Probably by next week it'll be same price as Jaguar or something. And macaroni and bologna do go together well. I've had this before. And let's take a bite of this. Quite delicious. The bologna for $1.18, I think I get about 10 slices there, so about 12 cents per slice of bologna. You could also just have a bologna sandwich, maybe with some 12-grain bread and some dessert and salad. Bologna tastes good. UFOs, flying saucers, I remember 1947 when Roswell happened. The first day or two they talked about how alien spacecraft had crashed in Roswell, New Mexico, and there were some either injured or dead aliens inside. But then they decided they didn't want to report it that way, so they said it was a weather balloon, and also the misidentified alien bodies inside were actually monkeys that had been shaved for some sort of Air Force experiment. As far as what I think, a couple of years ago, the U.S. government changed its stance on unidentified flying objects and more or less said that something existed. Now it could be the secret project, some sort of new aircraft for the United States or some other country that is being tested, or it could be that something from outer space has come in contact with Earth and keeps coming back. That's a possibility. But I also remember 1952, July 1952, there was a swarm, that was the word that was used, a swarm of unidentified flying objects flying over the Capitol building in Washington, D.C., and some jets were scrambled to go up and intercept the lights that were going across the sky. And the U.S. jets could not keep up with the flying abilities of whatever it was that was flying over the Capitol. A couple of years ago, maybe 3 years ago, the United States released information about the Tic Tacs, the objects that look like little pieces of candy, and they showed what looked like a radar screen with something that was doing maneuvers that were not possible for the current technology that we know about in the United States. I would much rather that they would have released all the information they have about the 1947 Roswell crash. Were there some kind of beings found in the debris? I would much rather they release the information of the 1952 swarm of objects in the sky over Washington, D.C. This is good. I believe it's a possibility that alien beings from other planets have been visiting Earth for many centuries. That's my guess. With something that seems to be a certain bet, if the government gets hold of anything, and I'm talking about the U.S. government, it's probably as true of governments around the world, the people who are in power in governments usually think they know what is best for the people, and they cover up whatever comes along. And if we hear about it, some whistleblower, and there have been a lot of whistleblowers in military, pilots and so on. Good macaroni, tomato sauce, bologna, root beer, 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 root beer. Let me chop this bologna up a little bit more. And I would also say it's possible that there are some people who have come up with some brand new technology that makes aircraft that flies fast and does maneuvers that have been thought to be impossible. It's a possibility. I'm amazed by what computers can do, and now we have artificial intelligence and so on. So my position would be uncertain on UAPs, UFOs. I did work for a company that had business at Area 51, but I never knew anything about what they were doing. As far as the stock market is concerned, what I'll do at the end of this video, just put in the symbols of the stocks that I currently own. I probably own about 30 stocks, I would guess. And I'm up so far for the year, but not a lot. I recommend, if you have the time, the patience, and the ability, look into stocks, see what makes stocks go up and what makes stocks go down. And the 4 words that I always mention, the way to play the stock market: buy low, sell high. Buy low, sell high. when no one wants the stock and the price goes down, that's a sale. It's like buying your favorite food when it's on sale. It happens in the stock market. Buy low. When it goes up and everybody wants it, sell. I'm not sure if this is bologna macaroni or macaroni bologna. Probably macaroni bologna. I think there's more total pounds of content of macaroni. It's good, it's easy to make, has some nutritional value. Root beer time again. Someone's mowing the lawn next door, by the way, and they might start up again at any moment. When I buy stocks, I like to see PE ratio under 10. I usually buy stocks that trade 1 million or more shares per day, average. Stocks in my portfolio are mostly dividend-paying stocks. Most of the stocks I know a little bit about. For example, I own Ford. The symbol for Ford is F. But I don't know a lot about the artificial intelligence stocks. They're doing well right now. This is quite delicious. I hope your day is going well. I'm glad you stopped by for lunch here. The weather has been delightful in the area where I live for the past 10 days or 2 weeks. Some show business information. When a new movie comes out, I try to guess whether it's going to be a hit or not. And I am very often wrong. I thought Titanic would be a bomb. I thought it would not do well at the box office. It was too long, lasted too long. That means they have fewer showings per day. That means they sell fewer tickets. Everybody knows what the end is going to be. I didn't think a lot of people would go watch that movie, but I was wrong. there are certain characters in movies that you can use without paying any royalties. They're royalty free because they're so old that copyrights do not apply. So anyone could make a movie about Custer's last stand, or about Abe Lincoln, or any public figure. They can make a movie about them without paying a royalty, and they can twist some of the facts around in the movie. If they want to do something, a movie about Napoleon, they don't have to pay anyone any royalty on that. But if you want to do a movie about some popular comic book character, somebody's going to get millions of dollars before the movie even takes its first picture. Good food. Root beer. That's Barq's, B-A-R-Q-S, root beer. Time for our secret dessert. Put this over here. Oops. And the secret dessert is something I bought probably a couple of months ago. Let me get that to stand up straight. I don't guess we can. And this is vanilla pudding. Excellent secret dessert. And it cost only about 25 cents when I bought this. I'm sure the price has gone up. Most prices on most food has gone up a lot over the past couple of years, actually. Hasn't been too long ago I was paying about 70 cents a dozen for eggs. Here's the vanilla pudding. That is good. Thank you very much for stopping by. You're looking especially well today. Perhaps the good food we eat makes us look especially great. Thank you for sharing lunch with me. Thank you for watching.